You know, stuff like this where it's hard packed, there's no groove, there's nothing really to hit. You know, keeping in the middle of the bike, keeping your elbows up, keeping your leg off the ground, but more of it is just steady, consistent power, you know? Not getting on it too hard, not getting on it too late, not being too low of a gear. A higher gear on hard pack works better than a lower gear. It might not feel that way, but the tire is always tracking. If you're in too low of a gear, the wheel's always spinning. And that's one hard thing for people to get used to, is kind of almost lugging your bike a little bit, than always being on the gas where you can in deeper dirt. If you come in braking hard with your front end, you're going to have a front end push. If you come in braking with your back end hard, the back end is going to want to come around. And so if you come in with both of them and be consistent and easy on the braking, you're going to have, you know, good traction. Hard pack stuff, you can lock your brakes up, lock your tires up a lot easier than you can when it's loamy. So again, everything is being very consistent and almost easy on the brakes, easy on the gas. In the middle of the corner, you got to sit up front more because you got to get that front end to track. You got to put weight on that front end to stick. But when you're coming out, then you can slide back and get the traction in the back end and keep that front end light. Now if this turn was flat and it had traction, you could get on it, be a little bit more aggressive, but with the flat, hard track, you got to take your time. And coming into a hard, flat corner, it's better to do it 10 out of 10 times good than 5 out of 10 times. Now we do it race pace. Alright, come down and got a hill here. It's a little bit slick, a little bit hard. Got a bowl turn here, so you want to come on the outside to use the whole turn. Once you get into the turn, look ahead where you're going to the jump. I'll do it again. Here we have a long straightaway coming into a bowl turn here, so you want to start on a bowl turn. You want to start where the bowl starts and end where the bowl ends. Then you keep your momentum. So you come in here. Right when you get your front end here, stick your foot out, look ahead, and out you come out of the corner. Alright, here we have a bowl turn. This bowl turn is pretty blue grooved and hard. So the power delivery is the same as a flat corner. You don't want to get too aggressive with it. You want to be in the right gear. You can be a little bit more aggressive because you have a bank. In a bowl turn, if it's not rutted and it's a nice smooth one, you want to enter it where it starts, you want to exit it where it ends. Then you can keep your momentum up, then you can be on the gas a lot sooner. If you come in the middle, skid it, and turn, you're losing momentum. You're stopping and then going. And to me, the fastest way around it is using the whole bowl, kind of like a NASCAR. They don't come in, skid, and turn. They go around and use the whole thing. Right when your front wheel enters, you want to be able to turn your head and look where you're going. You go where your eyes go. If you look straight down, you're not going to be able to get on the gas as soon, and you're not going to be able to tell what's coming up as quick. So for me, when you get in there, look ahead, and you'll go where your eyes go, and you'll be out of the corner before you know it. The mistake of a lot of people is going too far outside in the corner. You know, if you look at this corner, the outside is soft. It has some parts sticking out, so to me it's much easier to make a mistake out there than it is to come inside. Inside, you can hold the same momentum, if not more, and you're cutting off probably, by the time you get to point B over here, probably about 40 feet of track. So if you measure that out, each lap would be a pretty big difference. A lot of people think they're hauling ass through there, but really they're spinning because they're not getting any traction because the dirt is loose. So the best part is to come inside, sometimes go a little slower, and you'll notice if you went behind somebody going into the corner and you went in there about the same time, you'd come out ahead of them, or if you just stood up and cruised, you'd come out about the same time, and that guy's using so much more energy outside. Standing up, going through a sweeper like we're showing, right? Are we showing it right now? Are you showing it right now, or is it, am I?
No, we're showing, yeah.
Talking about a sweeper that you're looking at now, standing up. You know, you always want to have your head over the handlebars, like you say, so you can look down, see your number plate if you stopped and looked at it. You don't ever want to look at it. Gripping your bike with your knees. These things are it's like the vice, you know? You hold that, that's what controls the bike. This is just turning, and you know, your arm should be loose. A lot of people get arm pump, and that's from holding on too tight. You know, I use my legs a lot, and that's one reason why I never get arm pump. You know, elbows up, being a high enough gear, and always looking far enough ahead to know what's coming up, so you can miss it, hop over it, wheelie it, you know, go around it, whatever it is. If you're looking right at your front wheel, you're not going to know what's coming up, so you're going to ride tighter, and if you hit a hole, it's a lot easier to crash. Okay, I did it 3 different ways. I came off the tabletop, I was real aggressive, came in here, wow, look at this berm, hit this berm, went nowhere. I couldn't even catch any air off the tabletop. You come in this and you see how soft this is, right here. Your bike just sinks. There's no way you can get any traction coming out of here, and I see people all day long hitting this berm, you know? Second time, came in here, jumped tabletop, little less aggressive, turned it, and I started sliding my back in. I just caught the end of the berm with my back in, and I was on the tabletop, on the gas, off it. Scrubbed off my momentum a little bit when I hit that, but I stayed at all this stuff. The third one, came off the tabletop, was the least aggressive, slowed down early. I was out here, right here, made my turn early, cut it back to the inside, and I almost jumped the whole tabletop. I stayed out of the soft stuff, I took my time, and I was on the gas sooner, getting traction, and almost jumped the whole tabletop. So that's, in one turn, I had 3 different ways of doing it, and the last way was probably the most consistent. Maybe feels the slowest coming into the corner, but is the fastest coming out of the corner. And that's where you want to always think of, is how you come out of the corners, not so much of how you come in. You know, I've always explained in the video to kind of stay out of the powder berms, but you know, I guess you got to know when to use them, when not to use them. As you can tell, when I come into here, I don't try to explode it. I start the turn way up there so I can keep this almost like a sand turn, where it's big and flowing, so I can keep my momentum. And then out here it starts getting harder, a little bit more grip, and then I can get my traction to come up that hill, because this hill is kind of, you know, it's a steep hill. You know, if I came into it inside and tried to square it off and blew into it, I'd lose all momentum. But I keep this berm real big, long sweeper, so I can keep my momentum. In a soft corner like this, a higher gear might work a little bit better, because you're not just digging into the dirt. Coming out of this corner, you should be able to hit at least another gear going up that hill if you come out of it correct. That's why I say being nice and smooth with the gas, you can keep that nice arc in the corner. If you come in and be real aggressive, whack, and hit it and stuff like that, that might be nice. This will be blown out, and this will be nice. So then you have almost 3 corners. So that's where being nice, easy, throttle control, looking ahead, and you know, being almost patient, you know, is better.